If you've ever been on YouTube looking at car stuff, you've probably come across top YouTuber Scotty Kilmer.
You can't make that stuff up.
And he says if you're gonna buy a Bluetooth scanner for your car, this is the one to get, and it's only $85.
You're gonna be blown away by this little bitty tool.
Now, my choice is twice the price of the model that Scotty's recommended, but it's outperformed all the models of scanners that I've tested thus far. So today we're testing these head to head in a Bluetooth scanner showdown to see which one deserves your money, Scotty's recommendation or mine. And even before we got started comparing the scanners, I ran into trouble with one of them that almost ended this video before it started. Ooh, activation code. We recently made a video comparing 5 of the top Bluetooth scanners, and we'll put a link to that in the description. But we looked at price, live data, pro features, and general user experience. And this bad boy, the XTool A30M, came out on top every time. Plus, there's no subscription fees. You just pay for it one time, which is really awesome. Now, Scotty Kilmer's pick is the Kingbolin Ediag Elite, which is 85 bucks, considerably cheaper than my pick, which is great. I do like a good savings. However, does it have the chops to take down the reigning champ? Let's find out. First thing up is the setup. Okay, so for the sake of the video, I deleted the app and cleared it all out. So I'm gonna start all this over again. First, I'm going to go to the App Store because I'm on iOS. I'm gonna download the AnyScan app. So I'm going to input the serial number. And while you're waiting for this to load, that reminds me, go ahead and subscribe to Budget Mechanic. Doesn't take you long, and it really helps us out. So apparently, by deleting the app on my phone, I also deleted the activation for my dongle, which I think is really dumb. I think once it's activated, it should be activated. But anyway, it's on the box that the dongle comes in, and I threw that box away a long time ago. Luckily for me, I was able to go back and look up footage from our original review video, and I actually found a shot that showed the activation. So the setup, as always on the XTool, has been a little bit of a headache. I know it now, so it's no problem. There's just some little things that make it difficult to initially set up, but once you're there, it's set. I've downloaded the vehicle profile. It's very easy to connect to afterwards. All right, now, as far as interface, I've always kind of felt like the XTool was pretty plain, pretty basic, nothing that visually attractive. But what I've always liked is that the layout is good. Like, you have all the information there. It's not like hiding stuff in submenus or mislabeling things to make it easier to understand like some of the other scanners. So I'm gonna go in here to engine. I've got my DTCs, I've got my live data. It's all like, it's there. Nothing fancy, but it's there. Also interesting, this app lays things out landscape on your phone, so it makes it feel like you got like a tablet going on. I don't know, it's different, I like it. And now get into another section, which is just reading codes. So this is a very basic function of any code reader, is being able to find trouble codes. For the sake of this video, I went under the hood and I unplugged all kinds of stuff. I caused all kinds of havoc in the engine. I've got misfires, exhaust valve codes, I've got oxygen sensor codes, and I can see them all listed by code and what their description is and if they're active. So again, this is nothing fancy for a code reader. It also has a little search button, so you can hit search and it'll literally open a Google search with that code. So if you're connected to the internet on your phone and you don't know what the code is, I don't know, it's a little shortcut so you don't have to like manually type it into your browser. So the next section I want to look at is the live data. And to do that, I'm going to turn the car on. And now this is a very important function of any scanner and something I'm pretty picky about. But in the live data, it allows you to see the data stream of what's going on when the engine's running. Again, the XTool here gives me almost too much information. It lays out every category, whether or not this car can view it or not. So it can be a little overwhelming if you're a newbie, but I really like having all the options there. And then I can go and I can say, say battery voltage. I can look for battery voltage, I can hit this little arrow, and it pulls up this nice little graph showing the live voltage of the battery. In addition, I can select battery voltage, engine RPM, and the throttle opening percentage, and I can say custom combine. And it will give me a graph with all those datas live overlaid, which is a really useful function for diagnosing. So a lot of Bluetooth scanners had really awkward live data. It was really non-intuitive. A lot of options were hidden, and some didn't even have the option to overlay multiple categories together. Overlaying multiple data streams in one graph is really important so that you could know things like, oh, the effect of the throttle on the oxygen sensor data is connected, so you can start to diagnose connection points. Okay, so the next category that I'm looking at is the bi-directional control. So this is again a feature of the Xtool A30, which is the ability to control different parts of the car just using the scanner, which is extremely helpful in diagnosing different things. So for example, I'm going to go out to the body control module. I am then going to enter the actuator tests. That's the bidirectional control. And now I get this list of things in the body control module that I can activate just using my phone here. So for example, I can activate the horn. So now I know the horn itself works. If I'm having a problem with the horn, it's not the horn itself. Let's say door locks. All right, it fired both door locks. Let's do fuel pump relay. So probably hard to hear, but I can hear the relay clicking in the relay box, and I can hear the fuel pump firing in the tank. Again, this is all ways that I can test different elements just using the scanner to narrow down problems. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, the XTool A30M has lifetime updates. Like, you don't have to pay a subscription. A lot of these cheaper dongles, you get them for a lower price, but then after a year, you have to start paying a yearly subscription to use them, which makes them really expensive in the long run. And in addition, while this is a Chinese manufactured product, they do have a US-based support system. So they have a US phone number, email, that you can contact them for support, which is really different than a lot of the Chinese manufacturers, where if you buy it and it breaks, you're not getting any help. That being said, when I couldn't find my activation code, I called the number trying to get some help. I started a chat and no one ever showed up to answer my questions. So take that with a grain of salt. Next, we are going to test all these same categories with the Xtool. So first category is setup. And before I get set up, we have to shout out to the cute little case that this thing comes in. Whoa. I mean, the Xtool definitely doesn't have a nice little padded case. So there's a win. First off, the instructions say we are going to go get the Ediag app, which incidentally has 686 reviews. So not sure why it's more reviewed than the Xtool app was. And now I'm going to plug this into the car and turn the ignition on. I found that you can't activate these things unless they're powered up, plugged in. So this process is similar to the Xtool. Takes a bunch of time. Maybe it's a little more intuitive, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to put in the serial number and the activation code, which I got from Xtool. All right, so this is already a different interface than the Xtool. Looks like it's trying to be a little bit more user-friendly. So it's already done a scan. It's telling me how many DTCs are in the computer. Looks like some sort of readiness completed. I assume that's emissions. It's determined that there's 41 data streams available. Okay, so now everything is set up on the Ediag Elite. I would say the setup was similar to the Xtool. It's a little bit clunky, just trying to make sure your phone is connected, make sure that the thing is plugged in at the right time, getting your access code. Once you got it sorted, it works just fine. Now, the interface that I'm seeing here is quite a bit different. It's not terrible. It's definitely a little bit of a prettier interface than the Xtool, a little less Windows XP. It kind of feels like more of a modern app, which is kind of nice. So now I'm just going to dig into this thing a little bit and see how its functionality is. Already, I can see a difference to the Xtool. Where on the Xtool, I had one page that gave me the list of systems I could monitor live, but then on the right, it actually gave me values or said, you know, this is not an available system for this car, all on one page. Here, it's giving me a list of stuff, but in order to see it, I have to click on it and confirm. Then it gives me the readout, and then I can click on it again, and it'll give me the graph. Here I'm in the engine RPM. A little bit more digging I have to do to get into the information than I do on the Xtool, which is kind of interesting. Now, next thing I'm going to try is if I can graph multiple things at once, which is kind of important to me. So if I do, say, engine RPM, fuel rail pressure, so I don't see an easy way to graph all three of these data streams at once, which on the Xtool is very easy to do. Select, you know, up to 4, hit graph, and it would throw them all on the same graph. Now, I do have one page that has all the values, so I can see when I increase my RPM, I can see my oxygen sensors and my fuel pressure changing alongside of the RPM. So that's good, just doesn't allow me to graph them all at the same time. All right, one other thing that I'm seeing that I like is just like the Xtool, when I say I'll pick long-term fuel trim and oxygen sensor current on the Bank 1 sensor. And now when I come in here, it lists my two my two sensors. And on the right here, it gives me a range. So it says -25 to 25 for the long-term fuel trim and 0 to 4 for the oxygen sensor current. And so it gives me the range. So I don't have to like wonder, okay, what range is it supposed to be in again? It gives me that range. And then when it's in the range, it's blue. So the long-term fuel trim is in between -25 and 25. The oxygen sensor current is slightly outside of its range, and so it's in red. Now the Xtool did give me the ranges, what things should be, but it didn't have any fancy colors. And so I actually like this display better on the King Bullen. So the next thing that I'm going to check is the bi-directional control of the King Bullen. So in order to do that, I go into the all systems, I do a VIN scan. Love that, automatically checks the VIN, finds out that it is a Hyundai. So then just like the Xtool, I have to download the Hyundai package. I'm going to go into the body control module and I'm going to do actuation test, horn output. Worked. So I'm seeing all the same functionality as the Xtool. Again, my layout is, a little bit more pretty than the Xtool was, but all the same functionality. Let's go into the engine control model, see if we can fire the fuel pump. That's like a really common test that I do when I'm testing fuel issues, is I want to be able to fire the fuel pump without having to turn the car on to see if it's working. Hear the fuel pump firing under the back seat. Amazing. So overall, no problems with the bi-directional control on the Ediag. Very similar to the Xtool, maybe even a little better in terms of how it looks. One thing I wanted to quickly mention was this scanner, the King Bullen, also scans two important systems. One, the airbag system, or the SRS, as well as the ABS, the brake system. Just the Xtool can do it as well, but it's generally a little bit more of a pro feature that you're not going to find on entry-level scanners. So you may have the airbag light on your dash, but if you don't have a scanner that can read airbag systems, you're not going to be able to tell what's going on. So this scanner does that as well. You can read the live data on those systems. And again, it's all the same functionality of the Xtool, just in a little bit of a prettier package. Now, in addition to those two systems, there are tons of other things that you can monitor, reset, do data streams on. I'm not going to get into all of them because really there's these core functions that I'm talking about now that most people, that's all they're going to need in a scanner. If you're a super mechanic, want to get really nerdy, there's tons more features that you can scan and mess with. King Bullen claims that they have 15 plus systems that it can monitor, whereas Xtool says it has 26 systems. Now, I have not been able to find hard data on exactly what those systems are to compare them. From what I notice, they're really exhaustive. They're complete scanners that can do pretty much every system that I would ever want to work on. And they both seem to do the same thing. So do your own research, but just know Xtool is claiming more system scanning than the King Bullen. So in the category of updates, the King Bullen, just like the Xtool, is offering free lifetime updates, which is great. If that is true, you don't have to pay any subscriptions. That's the way it should be, in my opinion. When it comes to support, this King Bullen is another Chinese company. They do not have a US-based support that I could find. It's just looking like it would be a lot harder to get support if something goes wrong. Again, with the Xtool, they do have a US-based support and I couldn't get any support. So it could be kind of a wash there, but it's just something worth keeping in mind. And now what you've all been waiting for, which tool comes out on top? Scotty Kilmer's King Bullen Ediag Elite?
Ediag Elite, there it is.
Or my choice, the XTool A30M. The Xtool is the best value. I have an answer to this. But before we get there, it depends on what kind of user you are. For me, as a mechanic, I'm working on a lot of different cars all the time. So when it comes to scanning, the priority for me is speed and just raw information, easily accessible. And that's where the Xtool is my favorite, because while the layout isn't that pretty, all the information is there. It comes up quickly. For example, in the case of the live data, there's just information right there on the first page. I don't have to get into any submenus. I get a lot of information. So for me, information and speed are the key. I'm using scan tools all the time. So any little time savings I can get makes a big difference in the long run. So that's why I would spend the extra $60 to $80 over the King Bullen to get the Xtool. If you're not someone like me that's working on cars all the time, then I think Scotty might be right. King Bullen for the win.
You can't make that stuff up.
I would, however, like to see Scotty do a review on the Xtool sometime. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Now, if you're really on a budget, check out this video where we review a $5 scanner that actually has some functionality.